He's a meanie and clumsy, he's stinky and greedy, but somehow some people can't get enough of him. Everyone knows who Mario is, but how much would you say that you know about Wario? Still a bit, you say? Well, I'm going to talk about him anyway. Wario is something of Mario's rival. Initially conceived as a Bluto to Mario's Popeye, Wario was more or less made to be a bad version, a quote-unquote bad version, of Mario, acting as the main antagonist in his first two appearances. Those being the Game Boy title Super Mario Land 2, The Six Golden Coins, and the Japanese exclusive Super Nintendo Entertainment System puzzle game titled Mario and Wario. However, Wario wouldn't stay the villain for too long, as Super Mario Land 3, otherwise known as Wario Land, as Super Mario Land 3 would be the first title to give him his playable debut. Or should I be saying the alternate title, Wario Land? The game's events take place after Super Mario Land 2, in which Wario was kicked out of the castle that he tried to steal from Mario in the first place, in the previous game, by Mario himself. As a result, he decided to go get his own castle by accumulating lots and lots of treasure from Kitchen Island, especially from a gang of pirates known as the Brown Sugar Pirates. In the process, Wario would find himself going on a journey collecting lots of treasures and all the coins he can stuff in his pockets, until he finds his way to a castle headed by Captain Syrup herself, alongside a magical genie. Wario then defeats the duo, but soon finds himself making a quick escape as Captain Syrup tries a last-ditch effort at defeating Wario by destroying the castle with a bomb, the results of which revealed a giant golden statue of Princess Peach, to which Mario flies in and retrieves, thanking Wario for his assistance. Disappointed, Wario then tries to use the magic lamp that he got from the genie fight. He asks the genie of the lamp for a castle of his own. However, it ain't free, as the genie demands lots of money as compensation. So after totaling all of the collected money so far, plus selling all of his gathered treasures, the genie would then grant Wario a wish. However, depending on the amount of money gathered, the results can either be really great, or so bad that you would have to try and avoid all coins and treasures along your journey, just to achieve said result. Canonically, it would end up being a castle, as that would be the start for the sequel, Wario Land 2. Wario Land was the jumping off point for Wario becoming prominent going forward, as Wario would instead be depicted more as an anti-hero as opposed to an outright antagonist. With his greed being a defining factor, a lot of his ventures would involve in attempts on getting rich, only for the results to somehow backfire and starting back at square one. Or at the very least, he still isn't rich. Obviously, greed on its own doesn't make for an endearing character, as it would be a combination of factors to achieve a desirable, cool result. The first of which was that Wario was allowed to foster his identity over many games dedicated to him, with the most defining one arguably being Wario Land 4. The reason why is because Wario Land 4 is the game that went all out for having an unconventional and weird tone for the character. It's something that's been a thing for Wario before, but Wario Land 4 took it to the next level whilst building off of the previous game's ideas. After all, while Wario was building off of the Super Mario Land Game Boy games before, he still needed time to set himself apart as the anti-Mario. In this case, it would involve various transformations, a focus on finding various treasures, and lots of coins to find that would have a different function than just getting an extra life out of it. That would be the case for the first 4 Wario Land games. Yes, Wario Land 1, 2, 3, and Virtual Boy Wario Land. So technically 4 Wario Land games before the actual Wario Land 4, but that's aside the point. The point was that during that time, Wario was a few things different from Mario in terms of gameplay mechanics, as being an anti-hero, and that he was facing his own series of enemies that wouldn't be featured in the more popular Mario games. After that was Wario Land 4. Which had decided to up the weird factor with having stranger enemies, stranger music, and just having a faster pace in general for Wario. This game is what a lot of people think of when they think of Wario, even inspiring fan projects of their own wacky tones. But that wouldn't be the end of Wario, as the early 2000s would be the introduction of the spin-off WarioWare games. These games would differ from the previous platformers, in that WarioWare would be more about a series of games that would end up being referred to as micro-games. These micro-games, produced by Wario and his friends, would be featured in every entry, in which the idea is that the player would be playing through a series of short minigames that would play out in rapid succession. And yes, Wario has friends, in which the WarioWare games would introduce various friends to produce various micro-game scenarios, with more wacky ideas. Really, nothing seemed to be out of the question just so long as it was fun and wacky. And that's the energy that Wario has often exuded ever since then, as just with Mario going anywhere that's whimsical and magical, Wario would be wacky in your face. What's more is that Wario is what someone might describe as a lovable loser. For while he may be greedy and may not have the best manners in general, he has never been one to be lucky when it came to holding onto money, as he is often back at square one by the time his next adventure starts. At least for the canonical endings. Sometimes Wario would unwittingly end up doing good deeds in his quest for great riches, which further solidifies his anti-hero status. But what might be the cherry on top when it comes to being a lovable loser, at least in Wario's case, is that you get to experience his struggles personally, thanks to the interactivity of video games. You get to understand the struggles that Wario has to go through in order to achieve his dream, by being able to play through his adventures firsthand. So in the end, with the combination of a fun and wacky atmosphere, combined with getting to experience his struggles, that makes Wario an interesting case to benefit from the realm of video games. Just, Watch your bag of coins in the meantime. Oh, and of course, don't forget about your challenge. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time with something else. Bye!